often find myself laying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering what the hell happened to Boba Fett? Because, Boba Fett for all of my childhood and growing up was like the coolest of the Star Wars characters, right? And then he made his appearance on Mandalorian, and he was the Star Wars' universe version of John Wick. Remember that? When he showed up in the Mandalorian, he's like wrecking all these stormtroopers and like brutally murdering them. Like straight up cold-blooded murder. It was awesome. And I loved him in that. And then they ended that season of Mandalorian with this big tease that the book of Boba Fett is coming, and a lot of us got really excited. And then we got the proverbial wah-wah with the book of Boba Fett series. And I just don't know what happened to that Boba Fett that we had before. I really did not like what they did with Boba Fett in that. But you know what I would have loved to have seen? James Mangold's version of Boba Fett. Now, some of you may forget that James Mangold was actually going to direct a Boba Fett movie, and he did a little bit of talking about it. But just to remind you guys about why James Mangold is actually one of my favorite directors in the world today. Now, he's got an upcoming Star Wars film that he's going to be doing. I think the working title right now is Dawn of the Jedi or something like that. He's got, of course, the Indiana Jones film, which is out at the moment. But look at this list. I mean, Ford v. Ferrari, which is freaking awesome. Logan, which I still contend is a top 3 greatest comic book movie of all time, got nominated for Best Screenplay at the Academy Awards. I believe Tom Cruise's second most underrated film, Night and Day. My favorite Western of the last 20 years, 3:10 to Yuma. Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix. Girl Interrupted, which, by the way, won Oscars. And I believe directed Sylvester Stallone in what I personally think is his best performance ever in the highly criminally underappreciated film Copland. By the way, I don't care what anybody says. He also directed Kate and Leopold, and I like Kate and Leopold. I don't care what anybody else says about that. I love it. He's a world-class director. Well, Mangold, for a while, had lined up doing this Boba Fett film, right? And obviously that kind of fell apart. And now we kind of know why a little bit. Check this out. This comes to us from the folks at Variety. It says, Mangold's Boba Fett movie never got off the ground, and he recently said on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast that it wasn't too surprising given the overall tone of the project. Now listen to this. Tell me you wouldn't want to have seen this. At the point I was doing it, I was probably scaring the shit out of everyone, Mangold said. I was making much more of a borderline R-rated single-planet spaghetti western. They probably would never be able to embrace Baby Yoda if I had made that. It didn't really belong in the world I was kind of envisioning. So he says, I was scaring the shit out of everybody at Lucasfilm and Disney, that I was making it a borderline R-rated single-world spaghetti western, which, I mean, for a Boba Fett thing, damn right. I mean, that's exactly the kind of thing I wanted to hear. But then he says something really interesting. He says, look, if they did that, they never would have been able to embrace Baby Yoda. And look, is anybody stupid enough to deny the marketing explosion and popularity of frickin' Baby Yoda? I mean, the world literally shook. I remember watching episode 1 of Mandalorian. It's like, this is good, this is good. And all of a sudden, that little frickin' green baby, holding up his finger, and everybody in the world going, ah, like all at once. You could hear the whole world going, ah, like they all love Baby Yoda. Became the #1 piece of merchandising I think Star Wars has probably had in 40 years. Is that damn Baby Yoda. And I don't think he's wrong. Because had they carried on with that Boba Fett, you would have had to have a little bit of a hard time blending that in with the world of Mandalorian. And we're expecting to see Boba Fett return in whatever this Dave Filoni movie is going to be. That is kind of, they're calling it the culmination of the Mandoverse, if you will. And maybe it would have been a little bit difficult, but I got to be honest with you. James Mangold, the director of all those movies we just looked at, doing a borderline R-rated spaghetti western of Boba Fett. Come on. Come on. Tell me that doesn't excite you just a little bit. Tell me that doesn't make it move just a little bit, because that would be damn exciting. Look, I get it. When you're running studios and you've got a franchise, you need to step back and look at the big picture and all that kind of stuff. And no one can deny that choosing the direction of Baby Yoda has paid off for them in spades. Obviously it has. But yeah, man, R-rated Boba Fett, damn right. We want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. From the gas pump to the grocery store, your utility bills and favorite streaming services, inflation is everywhere. Seriously, make it stop. Thankfully, there's one company out there that's giving you a much needed break. It's Mint Mobile. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know that ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've been saving almost 70% a month over my old phone plan. For people looking for extra savings this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? James Mangold, who I think is one of the best directors in the world, is saying that his movie was scaring the shit out of Disney and he was going to have a borderline R-rated spaghetti western with Boba Fett. I mean, ultimately, do you think they made the right decision in going away from that? Are you now going to, like me, stay awake at nights wondering, where's that movie? I want to see that movie. That's the movie I want to see up next. However you guys are feeling about all that, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks for checking out our video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, but don't forget, we also have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today.